Hi guys, I'm your friend Ivani. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I study in Dolan Middle School. And in this video, we'll be talking about cancer, the disease. So the inside of a normal cell contains the nuclei, which contains the DNA, and the DNA is made up of nucleotides which have tons of genes in them which control the action of a cell. Now, the genes that are responsible for making the cells divide are known as the proto-oncogenes, and the changes in the proto-oncogenes are known as the oncogene. When these genes are developed, the result might be that the cell won't respond to the chemical signals. There are even genes that ask the cell to stop dividing. These genes are known as the tumor suppressors. Okay, now I'm going to compare a normal cell with a cancerous cell. So if you put a normal cell in a culture, it'll keep on dividing, and those cells will make copies of themselves until there's no more space left in the area it's dividing in. And if there's something wrong with the cell, it will face a mutation and it'll commit suicide and it'll die. Another word for cell committing suicide is known as apoptosis. So this is how apoptosis works. Step 1. The signals start to come in. Step 2. The proteins basically shrink the cell and the enzyme break down the nucleus. Step 4. The cell shrinks down to smaller pieces. Step 5. The macrophagous removes the cell parts from the body. So the macrophagous is actually found in the immune system. Moving on from that, I wanted to talk about mutations. Now, the more mutations each cell faces, it becomes a cancerous cell eventually. And why do mutations occur? Some are just genetically formed, some are because of UV radiation from the sun, smoking, and tons of other reasons. So cancer is caused by damage in the DNA, and it's uncontrollable cell growth. Now, the cancer cell doesn't care how many cells there are around it, it just keeps on dividing over and over again. And once a layer of cell forms and there's nowhere for the cell to divide, it piles up and it forms a tumor. And there are two kinds of tumor, benign tumor and malignant tumor. So this is benign tumor. You can tell that because it's just restricted to one area and it can go to various parts of the body. And benign tumors usually don't grow back, but they can be dangerous if they press on other parts of the body like the brain. And there's one thing to remember about benign tumors. They are not cancer. Okay, let's move on to the malignant tumor. Now you can tell this is a malignant tumor because it can invade other parts of the body by getting into the bloodstream. And this is cancer, it's the major difference. Now you have to remember each tumor is different. That's why it's so hard for scientists to find a cure for cancer, because if they try to kill that cancer cell with that medicine, it doesn't work because every single cancer cell, every single tumor has a different way to be killed. So you must be wondering, how do these tumors grow? Well, there is a process called angiogenesis which helps them do it. So what happens is the tumor causes the body to provide them with all the nutrients it needs to grow. To accomplish this task, it sends out various chemicals. Like the VEGF, it stands for vascular endothelial growing factor. It's a protein that promotes blood vessel growth. So this is how it works. So that's the VEGF production. That's the tumor right there. That's the blood vessel. And the next step is basically the blood vessel grows because of the VEGF, and then the tumor grows because the blood vessel provides it with all the tools it needs to grow. The tumor usually enters the bloodstream using a process called metastasis. It's the way they spread to other parts of the body. So how does this work? Well, they break away. First of all, a little part of the tumor breaks away from the primary tumor and it starts invading other nearby blood cells. Blood vessels. And you have to remember that this journey is most of the time a huge risk for the tumors, and it's mostly unsuccessful. This is why. Because when the tumor enters the bloodstream, sometimes it just perishes because of the non-suitable environment. And if the environment does suit them, it continues and it keeps going, and sometimes the WBCs start to kill them or eat them. And then sometimes it just can't fit through the tight spaces of the bloodstream and it basically vanishes. And when this tumor stops, it basically gets out of the blood vessel and it starts making another tumor if it survives that new environment. And it reproduces another tumor known as the micrometastasis. So I hope you guys like my video, and if you like my video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, Science Lovers. Bye, see you soon.